And I'm Lindsay Lohan.
Okay. We had this discussion last week. If we're going to get new listeners, we need to introduce ourselves properly.
You think people don't want to hear Lindsay Lohan?
All right. A little context. I did read an article from 2004 that entirely referred to Lindsay Lohan as Lindsay Lohan. Every single time, multiple times, not one correct use.
They were talking about me, not Lindsay Lohan.
Okay,
Me.
well, that's also not you. Your name is Alyssa. You are the co-host of Marketer's Cut, a podcast.
No, I'm the host. You're like my sidekick.
Well, I'm the co-host, too. We're both co-hosts.
No, I'm the host. You're the sidekick.
Okay, you're the main host of Marketer's Cut, a podcast about movie marketing and maybe bad movie marketing. We talk about a newer release and an older release, both relative terms, every week. And normally there's something that kind of connects the two in some thematic or random way.
Random, yep. In our head it makes sense. It doesn't even make sense in your head, as long as it makes sense in our head.
So this week we are doing Freaky and Freaky Friday, which are very heavily connected, I would say.
Yes.
This is the 2003 Freaky Friday, not the first adaptation that Disney made of the Mary Rogers book.
Or the last adaptation.
Yeah, there's also a 2018 one, which I was really trying to get Alyssa to do, but no, we did the 2003 one, and yeah, are you ready to hop right in to this deep pool of thoughts and facts? And
I'm ready to switch bodies with you and start this podcast.
Okay.
We should switch bodies.
Okay, but that's a lot to think through as we're talking.
No.
And I don't have the mental capacity as it is to do the podcast normally, so I can't do this.
Okay, well, I'll switch bodies with maybe the dog.
Okay. Don't bark into the mic, please. Just don't.
We'll see.
All right. So
no promises.
We're gonna start talking about Freaky first. So Freaky came out
2020, November of 2020.
Yes. Freaky was directed by Christopher Landon, who was also the director of Happy Death Day to You. Amazing title. Just want to throw that out there. He also was a writer on Paranormal Activity. I mean, he's done a lot in horror in the past decade to, Paranormal Activity came out a minute ago. So decade to 2 decades?
Like a minute, yeah. I don't know how long ago. I don't know what day it is. I'm a dog.
Okay. The synopsis from IMDb is this. After swapping bodies with a deranged serial killer, a young girl in high school discovers she has less than 24 hours before the change becomes permanent.
Ooh, spooky.
Sure. No, definitely on the spooky side for this one.
Yeah, because he's a murderer.
Yes, he is a murderer. It came out November 13th, 2020, kind of like you said. Mm-hmm. And then it was made available on premium VOD on December 4th, which is, where you can rent it for $20.
Yeah.
We would never rent a movie for $20.
No, we just did.
Yeah, we did just rent Barb and Star Go to Vista Del which I think we're doing next week for $20. Yeah, so this movie is made on a budget of $6 million. Its box office return in this pandemic right now is $15 million. So it's already kind of made its money back and then some. Mm-hmm. It's pretty good for it. But it was on premium VOD for a while. It's now available to buy digitally or probably on Blu-ray maybe. To rent for $5.99, which is how we watched it. Probably raking in some cash though, because we'll get into it in a second. Right now, actually, Rotten Tomato score is 83% critic, 80% audience. So people are liking this one.
Yeah, I also enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's just a fun.
It's a fun time. It's funny, and there's a little bit of murder in it.
Yeah,
it's like a perfect mix.
I'd argue there's a decent bit of murder in it.
Yeah, it's like a good cocktail of murder and comedy.
Yeah.
And Vince Vaughn.
Yeah, Vince Vaughn, Catherine Newton, both of them are great. Also has Alan Ruck, who you guys might recognize from Succession. That's probably his most well-known role.
No, he's Cameron from Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
I definitely didn't just learn that a couple days ago.
He's a dumbass. It's fine.
But yeah, like you said, Vince Vaughn, Catherine Newton, when it comes to these body swap movies, the two leads, the body swappies and the swappers, are probably the most important. They're definitely the most important, but I would say they carry a little bit more importance compared to other movies of this caliber, because they're expected to do a lot, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like Vince Vaughn, he both has to be the lead of this movie. I mean, the lead is Catherine Newton's character, but for a majority of the movie, she's in his body.
Mm-hmm.
So Vince Vaughn has to be the lead, but also like play the scary serial killer, and then also make it funny and enjoyable for us that 17-year-old girl, 16-year-old girl is in the body of a tall, big serial killer.
Yeah.
So there's a fun aspect of that, and kind of a lot goes into it. I was actually thinking with Freaky Friday, like the 2003 one, it's like a perfect, you make a movie and you're like, okay, who are we making this for? What's the demographic? And maybe like Pixar makes a movie for kids, but obviously like they know parents need to watch it as well. So they make the movie enjoyable. They make it a good movie. They make it fun and a good time, and parents like it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Freaky Friday has both the angsty teenager
Mm-hmm.
who hates her life.
Mm-hmm.
Her mom's ruining her life.
Mm-hmm.
Screaming, playing pop punk music.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of that stuff. And, the point is for like teens to relate with that in
Yes.
some way. And then you have the mom who is just doing her best, going through a tough time. Wants her daughter to love her, but doesn't know what to do. Maybe doesn't quite understand her daughter, but it doesn't know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's fun for parents. And then you're in this kind of movie. You're getting you're fulfilling like everyone's wish that like their mom knows what they're going through, or the mom's like, I just wish my daughter could know what I'm going through, and you kind of get that play, on, I guess like expectations and like. All right, people go, and it's a good time for everyone because of that aspect, you know?
Yeah.
Okay, so to get to my point, I'm just trying to say that while Freaky Friday 2003 was, like, great for, moms or kids and parents, alike, this movie is finally a movie for serial killers, Like, everyone's like...
Ooh, good point. So listen, that's why they made so many Freaky Fridays, because like only the teens of the 2003s could relate to that specific Freaky Friday. So we get why they've made now 3 to plus adaptations. We don't know what's going on in the cinema world, but now it's one for the murderers. You're completely right. You're right.
Yeah. And I think it's great that, a serial killer can watch this movie and be like, finally they get me.
Representation. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And teenage girls, they get it again. They always get it. Except that she's not as angsty in this one as she is in Freaky Friday. Like the teenage girl isn't as angsty, which is different.
That's true.
Nice little switch up.
She's just like a sad teen.
Yeah. We're in 2020. Sad teens, I think, are pretty representative.
True.
Yep.
That's true.
All right. So this movie premiered at Beyond Fest, which is a festival focused on horror. On October 8th, 2020, our birthday, which was very fun. I read an article on The Wrap by Lawrence Yee, which kind of talked about how the premiere of this movie was really exciting, kind of how it knocked it out of the park. So it premiered at like a drive-in at the end of this festival. And because it's like a horror festival and stuff, the director, Christopher Landon, like there was a pre-recorded video before it played. And they were like, we made this for you guys, for fans of the genre and everything. Which I thought was kind of interesting to bring up because this movie is like it's kind of like paying its respects to slashers that came before it, Scream, I think a little bit of Halloween and stuff like that. Like you kind of get that vibe.
I don't know.
You don't know because you're not a fan. But no, I think that's interesting because when you're making a movie like this, you have those things to point back to and say like, hey, did you like Scream? Well, this gives you the same vibes. I mentioned that he's the same director as Happy Death Day. Someone asked him in an interview or fans have been asking him if the Happy Death Day and Freaky universes are shared. And he said they definitely share the same DNA, and there's a good chance Millie and Tree, who is the Happy Death Day protagonist, will bump into each other someday. So we talked about the dark universe last week, and now we're getting like a Landon universe.
I'm sorry. Who named their daughter Tree?
I don't know.
Gwyneth Paltrow? I don't fucking understand.
Look, we're going to talk about Happy Death Day eventually, I think, because I think that'll be a really fun one to talk about, and I love those time loop movies. So we'll talk about the name of Tree then.
Okay, great.
And also Jason Blum, owner or whoever runs Blumhouse, does entertain the idea of a freaky sequel. So that kind of shows this movie's kind of been successful enough. People are liking it. They'll throw $6 million more into it and bring you another one.
Yeah, and make triple what it costs them to do.
Now, have you read on my document what the working title of this movie was?
Yes.
Okay, well, I was going to say it then. Freaky Friday the 13th. Which I really wish I would have done, but maybe there were like legal reasons they decided not to do that or something.
I mean, the idea of it is good because it does happen on like a Friday the 13th, but also I was good with Freaky. It was short and sweet. I thought that was cool, honestly.
Yeah, I agree. I like both of them, but Freaky is, short and sweet, a little bit more original than Freaky Friday the 13th. Cool. Well, I think that really covers everything I kind of wanted to bring up for the general information and kind of marketing section of this. So do you want to talk about the trailer now? What do you think of the trailer? This is actually kind of an interesting one.
The trailer showed a lot.
Yeah.
And I didn't love that because I think there would have been some really fun parts, like Vince Vaughn is like doing this cheer thing that she does for school. And you see that, it's like, I don't want to see that. I want to go in and like experience it and not know it's coming. And then like all the murders are caught right there in the trailer.
Yeah, you do show a lot of the murders.
It's like too much for you're trying to be like a spooky movie. And like I know it's also kind of a comedy, but like just let us experience the spooks.
What I did kind of like in the trailer, which wasn't present in the movie at all, was like the breaking the third wall, or the fourth wall, my bad. Breaking the fourth wall narration. Like, hey, I'm Millie. I'm a shy girl. If this was a horror movie, I'd be the first one to die. And then it cuts to the killer.
Yeah.
Like, I thought that was kind of a fun moment of the trailer. And then it's like, and then we switched bodies.
Ooh.
It was very clear about what it was, which I thought was cool. And it did, the tone at least came across in the trailer. Like the slightly comedic, not slightly, very comedic, very slashery, very gory kind of movie.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Yeah. So yeah, I like that trailer. I did want to bring up the tagline before we move on to our marketing ideas, and it's a body swap that cuts deep.
Got him.
Got him, I guess.
Dab on him.
Okay, don't dab on him too hard. You 24-year-old.
You might kill him.
That should have been one of the murders in this movie. Okay, is that your marketing idea? Is the dab murder in the trailer?
Okay, no, I didn't say I was gonna kill them. I'm just dabbing because my idea is so good.
Okay.
You're just so 2000 and late. I don't know how to explain dabbing to you, sir.
I know. I remember when you explained dabbing to me in your dorm room at Georgia College. You showed me the Squidward video, and I was like, "That's very funny."
Okay, well, you do it. Something good happens, you dab, and you just aren't. Okay,
no, I know. You don't have to explain.
Okay, well, I don't know why.
You're gonna make the teens think we're not cool.
Okay, well, you're the one who I just don't. Okay, well, it seemed like you didn't understand. I was trying to.
No, I know what a dab is.
Okay,
I'm past dabs. Dabs are so old now.
Okay, so good marketing idea is you just murder people.
Just really murder people?
I don't know. You gotta throw Vince Vaughn in there. Everyone loves Vince Vaughn. Make him do some crazy shit. I don't know. Oh, you know what's cool is those knives that look like knives, but then you push them down and they go in. They go into the knife, the fake knife. That'd be cool if he went around like he was gonna kill people. It's like, hey, I'm Vince Vaughn, and then he fake stabs them, and they're like, what? And he's like, I'm gonna be doing a movie called Freaky.
So it's like Billy on the Street, but Vincey on the Street.
Nope.
Has anybody ever called Vince Vaughn Vincey?
Probably, and you shouldn't.
You have Quincy.
Okay,
Da Vinci.
what's your idea?
Vince.
What's your idea?
My idea. I think that Catherine Newton and Vince Vaughn should have gone on their talk shows, done their Zoom talk show, late night show appearances, but as each other. I think that would have been fun.
That'd have been amazing.
Like Vince Vaughn could have talked about Catherine Newton's recent movie. She literally had a movie come out this weekend called The Map of Tiny Perfect Things. The name's, I might be wrong on the name. It's a weird name. But she was in that. So Vince Vaughn's like, yeah, I got this new movie coming out. The Tiny Map of Perfect Things or something. Go check me out on it. I might look a little different.
Interesting. I do actually think that's a decent idea.
Yeah, me too.
Well, that's why you said it. Well, I obviously would have shown less in the trailer. Obviously. Let's see. I don't know.
You don't know. I think that there should have been some sort of Freaky Friday promotion. You know what I'm saying?
What do you mean?
Like, they should have done something to cross-promote Freaky Friday with this. And I don't know if Disney would have allowed that, since apparently Freaky Friday is a Disney movie, which I'm, like, also just now learning.
Yeah, it definitely is.
But-
You're right. If they allowed it, it'd be funny if, like, Vince Vaughn showed up, or the girl showed up, and, like, she starts murdering them, and, like, Vince Vaughn's like, no, stop, my body.
Okay, what if you do a short film, okay? With Vince Vaughn?
Okay, I'm waiting for more.
Okay. It's in the universe of Freaky, you know, he's a serial killer. It's before the events in this movie. He's killed a couple of people, you know, but you get bored of killing sometimes. Don't you?
No, not really.
Oh,
but...
okay. You don't. So he's like, you know what? I should settle down and find love. So he gets on Bumble or Hinge, whichever one would like to offer us advertisement money.
Okay.
Maybe Match.com, I don't know. And he meets someone. He meets a woman who got married about 17 years ago. It didn't really work out like she thought it would. They kind of rushed into the marriage because of her daughter and everything. They got divorced like after a year. She's been looking for love ever since. He goes and meets her at a restaurant. It's Jamie Lee Curtis.
Okay, well.
And he's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like a little first date. A cute first date with serial killer Vince Vaughn and Lindsay Lohan's mom, Jamie Lee Curtis.
Okay, I don't love that idea, but I do think they should have had, like, cameos in the movie because people would be talking about that shit. You know what I'm saying? They'd be like, oh my god, I cannot believe that they are in this movie. That's so cool. Even though it's not even the original one, so I don't know how well that really works.
Yeah, they're loosely based on the same idea, but you can't actually copy or steal too much from it, unfortunately. Because I would just steal everything from Freaky Friday.
Why?
Like Lindsay Lohan wrote a cool pop punk song for Freaky Friday, or recorded it. Have Vince Vaughn and Catherine Newton write a nice pop punk duet. You know, Remembering Sunday, All Time Low. Now you got Remembering Friday. Freakying Friday by
What's her band name? What's her band
Catherine Newton and Vince Vaughn's band name is
The Body Swappers?
Vincey Newton
Nope.
and the Lose.
Nope.
Vincey Newton and the Losers.
Can we please talk about the next movie? Okay, the next movie is Freaky Friday, directed by Mark Waters, and it's an overworked mother and her daughter do not get along. When they switch bodies, each is forced to adapt to the other's life for one Freaky Friday. What a synopsis.
Wow.
Came out August 6th of 2003.
Can I point out something real quick?
Yeah.
This movie came out on Wednesday, August 6th, 2003. Wednesday releases are very rare. Movies come out on Friday. Why the fuck did Freaky Friday not come out on a
Just
Friday?
to switch it up, swap the days.
But that's not how it works.
Okay, you do it on a Wednesday because then people are like, oh, it's Freaky Friday. Let's go see this movie. It's been out, and some people say it's decent.
I mean, I get why Wednesday releases happen, but there's a reason that they're not the norm for movie releases.
Okay, well, go ask him then. It came out 17 years ago, 18 years ago. Go ask him, not me. Anyways, budget was $20 million. Weekend opening was $22 million. Domestic was a lot. It was $110 million. International was $50 million. Worldwide was $160 million because when you add them up, that's what it equals. See, I'm doing Logan's part, but a lot faster and better.
Okay, I don't know if better
listen,
is the right.
So
okay.
let's also talk about how international was a lot less than domestic. That doesn't happen a lot. This is something Logan would say.
You could maybe argue that this movie was very distinctly American.
See what I'm saying?
And that's why that would happen. You're glossing over what I like to think are my valuable insights into the marketing world of movies.
Okay, great. So Rotten Tomatoes, 88 critic, 57 audience.
You have to pause here, because does that not shock you?
Audiences are stupid. I mean, 80, I am surprised it's 88, but listen, I get it, because I am not a critic. What would you call me? I'm not a critic. I'm an elite film watcher.
You're a podcaster. Okay?
I'm an elite film watcher.
I don't think elite film watcher.
I'm saying that what the critics say I usually pretty much
Every
agree
time
with.
I ask you to watch a movie, you groan and say, "Can we please watch
and
the
guess
OC?"
what? My opinions are closer related to usually the critics. Because I am, again, it's not elite. It's something else I want to say.
Elite's not the word. Avid?
No, I don't think that's the word. Like, I'm very posh. I don't know.
Posh. Okay.
Cinema score was A-. Of course it was. Why wasn't it an A? I don't know.
Or an A+.
But we'll take an A-. We'll take it. I think that's a fair point.
Okay, so listen to this.
Mm-hmm.
Jamie Lee Curtis got nominated for a Golden Globe for her performance in this movie.
It was deserved. Give this bitch an Oscar, honestly. I mean, Jesus Christ.
Okay, don't read this. I need to tell you this. Okay.
I just read it.
You didn't read the whole thing.
Nope.
So Lohan's character was originally written as a goth.
Uh-huh.
She didn't think anyone would relate to that and decided to... She didn't think anyone would relate to that, okay?
Okay.
So how would you describe how she dressed in this movie?
She's more of like the indie punk. I feel like she's very like
She had like the
late
plaid.
90s, early 2000s punk person, but not too extreme. She's still mainstream. Her hair's not like super crazy, just highlights. I mean, a true punk is really like the Ramones, the leather jacket, the pink green spikes. So I would call her like 50% punk.
Okay. This is how this was phrased.
Okay.
She did not think anyone would relate to that and decided to dress in a preppy style for her audition. The character ended up being rewritten as such.
Preppy?
It's not preppy. I don't think they know what preppy means.
Yeah, that's definitely not. I mean, the preppy girl was her bully who wore pink and dresses and skirts and curled her hair and then pushed her over.
Yeah.
Just really beat her up.
Okay. This was also really interesting to me because this movie came out in 2003. You know, I saw it probably when it came out or when it was like on TV around the time.
Mm-hmm.
I was 7 to 8 to 9 years old, probably the first time I saw this movie.
Mm-hmm.
I remember enjoying it, but at that time to me, Jamie Lee Curtis is a mom.
Yeah.
She's a mom. That's all she is to me. Since then, that's probably what I've mainly seen her as, is like the mom in Freaky Friday.
Uh-huh.
David Anson of Newsweek wrote that the most startling metamorphosis in Curtis's transformation from fading horror flick queen to dazzling comedian. So I'm only aware that she was in Halloween, like the 1978 version, and you know it's a classic horror movie. She's known for being like one of those classic, women leads in a horror movie and everything. Yeah. Apparently, though, this movie, 20 years later, according to this guy, is when she started to shift from that into something different. Which I think is an interesting...
Well, did she? Was she in other horror stuff? Did you check out her page?
I didn't fully check out her page. But I do... if this guy's writing that this is when it happened, I think that it's an interesting case that, like... It's almost like Adam Sandler being in Uncut Gems.
Yeah.
We're like, oh, this guy is doing this really weird, like, serious movie. It's something like that. And then her great performance cemented her as, like, someone that could do this really well, you know?
Yeah, she is very good at the comedian thing. She's Jess's mom in New Girl. And she does, like,
oh, my God, you're right.
She does all this other stuff. I mean, I can't even name it. I just feel like you see her. But I guess this was kind of, like, her big comedic moment.
Yeah, she really, I guess, shocked a lot of socks off.
Well, next. What were you saying next?
I just wanted to point out that, and I said this earlier, but Lohan recorded the song Ultimate for the soundtrack, which is played at the wedding at the end of the movie and then throughout the credits. Mm-hmm. I've said this on this podcast before. I'll say it again. I love it when a movie has, like, its own song. A song that's, like, meant for it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You get to sell that song outside of the movie. You get to use the movie to sell the song. You can make you get those music videos that are like made with footage from the movie and everything.
Yeah.
It's always fun stuff. So I just kind of love that this movie had that as well. All right, so you want to talk about the trailer really quick?
Okay, trailer showed a lot from like the beginning of the movie and not as much in the middle, and I don't hate that. It was weird because it's very like the beginning of the film heavy. But like I don't know what happened at all during the second half of that movie. In the trailer, and I like it that way, honestly.
Yeah, no, it spends a lot of time on the setup at the beginning and like setting up the annoying brother, the relationship between
what an idiot that brother is.
the relationship between the mom and the daughter. You get the bad boy boyfriend on the motorcycle.
Oh yeah, Chad Michael Murray.
Yeah. His little goatee in this movie. Not even a goatee, it's like the patch right under his lower lip, but it doesn't even touch the chin. Can't reach the chin yet.
He also was the love interest in A Cinderella Story, but he's like, got the shaved head. These movies came out around the same time. And Mean Girls, when did Mean Girls come out? 2003?
Mean Girls was 2005? It was after this. It was 100% after this movie.
One time my mom was like, "Hey, your aunt's gonna get you a movie for your birthday. Would you rather have Mean Girls or Cinderella Story?" And I was like, I
what
don't
did
know.
You say?
I said I didn't know.
There's the right answer here, and there's a wrong answer.
Well, I think I might have said Mean Girls, or I might have said both, and my mom was like, "Wow, I'm surprised you didn't just say A Cinderella Story." But I ended up getting both.
Oh.
So that was good because they were both good movies. And Chad Michael Murray was like the hunk of the 2000s, I guess. That was kind of like his thing.
Was he really?
He was. He was in like a movie where he was like a freaking prince too or something. I don't know. I
just can't get over the.
Well, he doesn't have long hair like that in any of the other.
The long
movies.
hair is not an issue for me. It's the lower lip facial hair.
Well, he doesn't have that either. That's just for this one thing.
Okay.
You just don't get it. You weren't.
No, I don't get it.
Preteen
I
girl
wasn't
in
a
the early
7-year-old girl in 2003. Cool. So, do you have any fun, cool, wacky, or should I say freaky marketing ideas for this film? You want to hear my marketing idea?
I guess.
It's wild. I don't know if it's something that could actually happen. I think it should have come out on a Friday.
Okay, yeah, maybe Thursday night, Friday does make more sense. It does make more sense.
So yeah, that's my main idea. I'm trying to think if I have anything else. I obviously want to do stuff with the song. I know vinyl probably was like not popular in 2003. So when CDs were a thing.
There's no way it was popular.
And it hadn't come back yet, like it has in our day and age. So maybe I would have released like some. I would have been a trailblazer at the time and released vinyl. A 45 of Ultimate by Lindsay Lohan.
No one even cares about the song. Everyone likes Get Up, Get Out. That song. You just don't even know.
It's really cool because like Jamie Lee Curtis learned how to play that solo on guitar when she played it on the side.
Oh, really?
Yeah, honestly, and Lindsay Lohan also trained on guitar for like a year before this movie. I would have loved like some web
Behind
series.
the scenes?
I was thinking some web series like guitar tutorials from Lohan and Curtis.
Interesting.
I would have loved that.
Well, let's see. It is a Friday. Should have been coming out on a Friday.
Yeah, I keep saying it.
I think they should have released that song that they did. Maybe it is released. That song slaps, dude. Yeah.
They say yeah a lot.
Yeah. Go on, get out. You just have to know the song, you know what I'm saying? I'm right, you're wrong. It's just them saying opposite things. It's not even like, when you think about it, it's not even a very well written song. It doesn't matter.
Oh, no.
It slaps.
No, it does slap. It's very American Hi-Fi, and I love that.
You know what would have been cool is, they played it like a battle of the bands. It would have been cool if, they play, again, that song slaps. If they would have, had a mini tour or something like that. I want to say, they played it like Homecomings or something stupid, but that just doesn't feel right.
Maybe malls, like how Britney Spears started out,
Oh, yeah, that would have been cool. And then, like, that's how they really promote it. Everyone knows the song before you even see the movie. I mean, you're like, wow.
Like, a mall tour would be really cool. Like, I mean, in the 90s, Sega went on a mall tour for, like, the Genesis and everything. Or not the Genesis. Oh, wait, yeah, the Genesis. They went on a mall tour for that, you know, and they were showing it to kids all across the nation. Do it with Lindsay Lohan playing her song.
And you get Jamie Lee Curtis, get her to do solo. So that's what I want to that
would have been pretty fun, pretty cool.
Remember when the grandpa and the dad almost switched bodies?
Oh, man. The grandpa and the son and the kid.
Yeah, the kid, yeah. That's what we need to see. I want to see what would have happened if they did switch bodies. This, like, 7-year-old boy and then this 70-year-old grandpa.
You know what I'm surprised hasn't been made yet?
What?
Like a Freaky Friday sequel, but it's more like, it's like the sequel / reboot. Kind of like what Ghostbusters is doing now.
But with men?
Well, no, like the Ghostbusters that was supposed to come out this summer but got delayed and hasn't come out yet, and it has like Finn Wolfhard in it and everything. It's like a sequel to Ghostbusters. Like, it's in the same universe. It's just like 30 years in the future. I don't think of another movie that's done that. I mean, like Rocky. You know, like Rocky did it. Or you have Creed now, so it's like a sequel.
Okay, so who would switch bodies in this?
Well, like Jamie Lee Curtis's, or no, it'd be Lindsay Lohan's daughter and Lindsay Lohan.
Oh, I love that. I love when people do that. Yeah, I was going to say the grandpa would be fucking dead by that point, son. Hey, that's not happening.
Yeah, so what about this? What do you think about inducing a large-scale, but safe, earthquake? Making everyone think that they switch bodies.
Now, that's a good point. And, well, I guess it only happens in certain locations. So you'd have to, like, pick a place, like a coffee shop. Like when they did that one coffee shop prank where, like, the woman's, like, up against the wall and the tables are going everywhere. Mm-hmm. But it's there's always a grandpa guy there going, earthquake! And then it's like, hi, gotcha, Freaky Friday.
Perfect. Think about this time. Think about the kind of cell phones you had at this time, you know? Ringtones were the shit.
Yeah.
I'm guessing in 2003. You buy your ringtone on your little ringtone store, you get it. I think you get a little ringtone of the grandpa screaming earthquake. Okay. You get a ringtone of Jamie Lee Curtis screaming.
Like the Crypt Keeper.
Yeah.
That one's good. The grandpa screaming earthquake is mediocre. I don't know what other phrase you use, but you're right.
Another one where they're like, get up, get out.
Yeah. Move on. No. I'm right. You're wrong.
Hey, that's how you treat me on this podcast all the time.
Yeah, well, that's true.
Okay. Well, I think that's a good point to wrap up on. What do you think?
Yeah.
All right. Well, this has been Take 15, another little landmark for us, or milestone.
Wow.
Of the Marketer's Cut. You can find us on Twitter and Instagram at Marketer's Cut. You can find the podcast anywhere you can find podcasts or on YouTube. Learn more at marketerscut.com. I want to thank Jacob Wall for his art. Find more of his work on Instagram at jacobartwall. I want to not thank anyone who doesn't like Catherine Newton's work. I'm just kidding. You actually might be one of our only listeners. So I want to thank you too. You know who you are.
It's my mom.
Oh, no, I'm thinking of Darius, who doesn't like Catherine Newton's.
Oh. Does he even listen to our episodes?
He's listened to a couple and texted me about them.
Well, so probably not going to listen to this one for a while, huh? It's just my mom. Look.
Okay. Yeah, so that's our show. Alyssa likes to do a thing where, you know, we bought a new mic when we started the show. We're on episode 15 now. So it's not the newest mic anymore, but she still feels like she needs to get more value out of it than just on our one podcast.
Yeah.
So she does cool sound work, some Foley work at the end of every episode. And she's going to do something special for you guys now to finish this one off.
Okay, so I've been playing with these what are they called?
Coasters.
I've been messing with these coasters for like the last 30 minutes. And so I'm going to make a metronome for anyone who just doesn't have one and needs it, okay? Is that how much
do it some more.
Okay.
Get up, get out. I don't know the words. You're wrong. I'm right. Yes, I said that. I'm right. Take me away. Yeah, Freaky Friday.
You ruined my whole metronome thing. You ruined it.
All right, that was our episode. See you guys next week.
Unless we die.